Hey guys, today I wanted to show you how to make the perfect poached egg. I've been eating a half dozen of these almost every day for the past 4 years and I'm still not bored with them. I don't know if that says more about me or more about the eggs, but I'll leave that up to you to decide. To start, you'll need a pan with a lid on it. You'll need a couple inches of water in the pan, so make sure it's deep enough. That'll help the eggs float instead of sticking to the bottom. You'll also need salt and vinegar. This will keep the whites from spreading out too much, so it keeps a tighter, prettier poached egg. Another factor for that is how fresh your eggs are. A fresher egg will tend to stay together better. An older egg will tend to spread out more with the whites. I use roughly a liter of water. That gets me roughly an inch in the pan so that the eggs will float. Teaspoon of salt and about 3 tablespoons of white vinegar. That doesn't have to be exact, so if the eggs taste too vinegary, you can always back off the vinegar. Once your water, salt, and vinegar are in the pan, turn it on high, put your lid on, and bring it to a rolling boil. This will also help keep the eggs from sticking to the bottom. It lifts them into the water column until they're cooked enough that they won't stick anymore. Once you have a rolling boil like this, you can crack your eggs into the water. I'm not going to attempt that one-handed on video, so I'll be right back. Once your eggs are in, you can put the lid back on the pot. Turn the burner, I've only got 2 eggs in there for the kids, so I'll turn the burner right off. And I'll set my timer for 4 minutes. This is where you'll kind of have to do some experimenting with your stove and your egg numbers. If you want them a little bit more, if you have more eggs in there, you'll want to keep your timer on. Sometimes it'll keep boiling and you have to lift the lid. And you might even have to take it off the burner if you don't have a whole lot of eggs in there. So once the timer's getting close, I'd like to have my toast ready to go. And once the timer goes off, you can check your eggs. If they're done to your liking, you can just pull them out with a slotted spoon onto your toast. Give them a little shake to get the majority of the water off. There you have your perfect poached egg. So if you like a firm white but a really runny yolk like that, soaks into your toast. For this stove, it's 4 minutes on the timer. If you have a lot of eggs, I normally turn the burner down to about 2. If I have not very many eggs, like 1 or 2 like this, I'll turn the burner right off, and quite often I'll take the pan off the burner or it might boil over. If you want a little bit firmer yolk, I would just add some time to the timer. I wouldn't really adjust the temperature. You don't want to cook your eggs at boiling temperatures for too long, or the whites could get kind of rubbery. So if you want less runny, more time to the timer. If you want your whites runny, I would start at about 3 minutes. But it's really going to depend on your stove, your egg numbers, and your pan size to a certain extent as well. So it'll take a little bit of experimenting, but once you've done it a few times, you'll figure out your system and you'll always have a perfect poached egg.